Hey viewers, welcome to another game as Casual Pro Gamer. Today we are playing a ranked match between Team First Blood All Day and Team Hobby Castare, or Hobby. And we are going to join the game in, of course, our team, which is Vibat. First Blood All Day. Yeah, the observer mode seems to work in 3v3s now as well, which is excellent. And we are going to just watch the fights. So we are following Gangplank around today, and Gangplank is going top lane. I will of course check on the other lane as well. Yeah, since this is a ranked match, the team play will be a little different from what it normally is. So no first blood fight in this bush, what we normally see in 3v3s. Or at least quite a lot, but in ranked, for some reason, people don't do that. So, obviously they don't. But does anyone here have a smite? Can I see that here? No, I cannot. How can I see that easily? No, I guess I will have to turn these on to see the summoner spells. No smites, which is, yeah, not how the pros play it, but yeah, well, maybe this is just the new way of playing this map. I have no idea, to be honest. Yeah, it's kind of time to start, guys. Yeah, so the 1.5 minutes that have passed are normally for maneuvering into position, of course, and yeah, since they already were in position, it's kind of taking a long time. So it is going to be Renekton versus Gangplank, and yeah, that is kind of a hard fight for Gangplank, I would say, because Renekton does have his lifesteal, and if he can get that going, that is of course pretty awesome. But yeah, then again, Gangplank can harass from range, so it shouldn't really have that much trouble doing the harassment. But yeah, it does cost mana. There you see, using the Q on the Renekton. So the typical bans in this game mode are Tryndamere and Cho'Gath, and Jax and those kind of champions, as well as probably Darius nowadays. So Renekton coming in there for quite a bit of harassment. That's about 40% of his health. And yeah, boots and potions, so it shouldn't be too much of a problem. Renekton starting off with no sustain, and yeah, therefore having Dorn's Blade. So he does a little more damage, but he has no sustain, so he will have to rely on his yeah, on his lifesteal to kind of get him through this. So bottom lane, meanwhile, because the top lane seems to be at a standstill, yeah, we see Mage Tank versus, well, oh, Darius is not banned. Oh, interesting. So yeah, we'll see how he does, but I'm afraid he is taking quite a bit of damage there. I have him selected, in case you're wondering. And yeah, we want to see that, obviously. So I don't remember who got first blood, but I don't really care. So, oh, it is going to be Annie here. Oh no, it's not Annie, it's Volibear. But yeah, the enemy team is going to pick up that Lux. Excellent engage there from Annie, and Volibear, yeah, just following up with a little bit of damage, but Annie had by far most of that damage. And I don't know what she started off with. Dorn's Ring, okay. Yeah, that explains the large amount of damage. So in top lane, meanwhile, Gangplank is kind of out-leveling the come on, the crocodile. Come on, you know this. Renekton. He's out-leveling the Renekton, and that's because, well, Renekton still had a big minion wave coming, and he's probably going to be exactly the same level after this. So Gangplank in the meantime, is going to shop for some boots. And in the bottom lane, we see that Volibear is definitely a match for our our Darius. I am getting out the cuffs, because I am kind of hay feverish, so I have to cough quite a lot, or sneeze, I should say. It's sneeze, and yeah, I'm trying to get those out there, so every now and then you will hear silence. Oh, a flash used, and he could have actually seen that. Yep, he did. So is there? Oh, there is a ward for the enemy team. Yeah. Oh, for both teams. Never mind. Never mind. Didn't see the other one. So top lane is now deserted. So I'll let Gangplank do his thing and probably push everything into the turret. Oh no, he's coming bottom lane. Darius getting really low here. About 400 hit points here on this guy. 300 actually. Oh, this is really risky, Gangplank. No, just get out. Wow, that was so risky, and he didn't get anything done because Volibear is still at 300 health. So, not getting anything done. Yeah, that was super risky, man. And Renekton is now coming in. And he is going to try to get this going. Oh, they need to turn back, man. 3 versus 1, really? And you let him go? I mean, he may be Renekton, but he's not unkillable. You just need to stay out of range with the damaged character, and then you should be okay. But yeah, they're just backing off. That is fine. It's a good choice because it's better to not get killed than to attempt to trade a kill. Of course, that would have been an assisted kill versus an unassisted kill, but still, not sure if they can take out Renekton, and going to, well, play it safe and kind of go from there. So, oh my god, a little bit of lag going off and a little bit of, well, moving through the trees apparently. So yeah, the replay system's still not perfect, even with the spectator mode on. And yeah, as I said, I'm really glad that spectator mode now works in 3v3s as well. And yeah, they are attempting to get some damage done, but it's not really working out. Annie trying to do some damage, but nobody running into that. So yeah, just going to continue on, farming it up in top lane. Not pushing the lane at all, which is excellent. It means that the Renekton will have to overextend quite a bit. And that makes it easier, of course, to gank him. But yeah, ganks on this map is what it's made for, so normally we see an excellent ganker as a jungler or kind of a semi-jungler. So someone who is always out of the lane. But in this case, not so much. It's 3 well, flimsy champions on Team Blue against 2 tanky champions and a high power mage. So normally this the tanky team would win, so I'm going to assume that they will. Because I really don't know. I mean, people send me games where they lose all the time, so who knows? Who knows, right? So even though this is the 3v3 and people are normally a lot more, well, aggressive in 3v3s, not a lot of action so far, and this is finally some real action and a real 3v3 team fight and a 1-for-1 trade here. Is Gangplank going to get out? No, not yet. Oh, that was excellent. Nice reactions there. And turns around immediately when he gets tossed over the shoulder of Volibear. And no. Ooh, so risky, so risky. Get out of there. Are they going to be able to snipe this volley bear? No, 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 no. Too risky. So yeah, as I said, 2 tanky characters. And yeah, they're so hard to kill. So unfortunately he overextended a little bit, and yeah, we all saw that, of course. He should have he should have ran out. He should have ran out, come from the side and start attacking from here. But now he's in between 2 champions, and that was his mistake, because he took too much damage there. Had he ran all the way over here, it would have been a different story, because then he would have been able to queue and maybe even attack the front runner, which was Volibear, I think. But yeah, attacking Volibear normally really risky with a melee champion, sorry. Because yeah, Volibear can just throw you over his shoulder into his team, and that is never a good idea to have. So Annie here, a little bit vulnerable once Volibear goes away. And I wonder if they can actually make something happen here. So Lux doing a little bit of damage to her, but Lux doesn't really have... Oh wow, she snared her. Lux really doesn't have the AP yet to do anything. Wow. But Darius, on the other hand, does have the damage. No, not yet, at least. I want to see that kill again, because... So Darius, yeah, Darius definitely did the damage there, and actually uses his ultimate, but not getting the kill. That was surprising. So Lux will come into play later in the game, of course, and he has to heal to get out. So meanwhile in the top lane, yeah, a little bit of action going on there. And wow, I missed the kill, really. So I go to the top lane for literally 2 seconds and they kill this guy. So yeah, he's coming back in, and a nice snare there, and wow, they're going to grab that. Oh, she gets the tower aggro, which is exactly what they wanted. But oh, that was so risky. Why not just run back through the jungle? Yeah, probably because they're not on Skype or anything, although I don't see why not, if it's ranked team. They should know that Renekton didn't go into the jungle, he went home. And wow, that was so risky. So Renekton going to get the stun off, and an excellent oranges there. The remove scurvy, immediately removing that stun. And Renekton not able to do any more damage. And just going into the jungle, because the lane is far too pushed to stay safe. Volibear's out of the lane. And only Annie is visible, so Volibear is definitely somewhere else. So Renekton checking out the dragon here. Nobody warded it yet, which is kind of risky. Yeah, he's going to check all of the big camps. And is he going to check the small one as well? No, 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 no. He's not going to bother. So Gangplank will be back in lane, and we will see a large team fight over here. And yeah, let's see that again, because... Oh, that was engaged by Volibear actually ghosting in. And Annie, excellent stun, and yeah, she deserved that kill. But Volibear gets it. So Volibear already 2 kills, I think, out of the 3 they have. Oh, 4. They have 4. Never mind. 3 is on the other team. So 1-1-1 and then 2-0-2. Annie the only one without kills, and Annie is the only one that really needs the gold, because she can do the damage with that gold. The other 2 not so much. So 1 kill behind on this map really doesn't mean anything, of course. Yeah, the best way to win this is to get an ace in the late game, and well, no, the only way to win this. This never goes to turret pushing and kind of grouping up, because with 3 champions you cannot really group up. You can just gank, and that's what this is supposed to be about. And therefore, in the later game, when you can get a lot more successful ganks off, people normally get ganked all the time, and everyone is out of the lanes. So do they see this? Because I don't see their ward anywhere. Oh, he could have queued that. He could have stolen that so easily. But no, does not get it. And yeah, so they are here, all 3 of them. So does he have a ward? He does have a ward, a pink ward in fact. And the pink ward going down, and he's not going to be able to take it down, obviously. And yeah, there is a ward here, but yeah, at this moment they cannot really take that out. Yep, he's going to run in, he's going to take out the ward. With his teammate pushing this lane, he should have no problem. So pink ward now, and I guess the enemy team will go and pink ward their pink ward, because that's how it works. You need to have control of this vision. And yeah, I saw a nice ward spot. If you put a ward over here or in the other bush, you can actually see most of this mid, well, 2, and that wouldn't require a pink ward, so you would still get most of the vision. Obviously it's not as beautiful a spot as this one is, but you would still get the vision you need and spot most of the ganks incoming without the trouble of well, being pink warded and losing your wards, because then you lose all vision, and that is definitely not good. So I'm going to pick up some minions here, and yeah, missing 2 out of the last 3, but never mind, never mind. So the enemy picking up the red buff here, and Gangplank is going to get tagged up a little bit by enemy Annie. Oh, so risky. But yeah, with the Darius there, they should be able to get some nice damage off. Oh, is he going to get out? No, 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 no. Volibear is going to catch up and do the damage. But they are going to trade 1 for 1. And yeah, Volibear, because he was out of the lane, not able to defend his teammates. But he is going to win this for now. I mean, in the end, I think Lux would have killed him if he kept fighting. But it all depends on the cooldowns, when they are up, and yeah, how many of the actual triggers of the illumination flares you actually get. So the enemy, yeah, they're kind of in their base currently, only Annie in the lane. So that means that they are probably assuming here, so our team is probably assuming they're doing Dragon, because Dragon is the high price target on this map, and you really need to go for that as soon as you can and as often as you can. So are they going to run into each other? No. And still no ward. So no ward on Dragon, no ward in middle, and yeah, this is the spot that I was talking about. So pink ward going down by this purple team, although they should know that, well, since the pink ward went down about 2.5 minutes ago, that the pink ward timed out. So there's no real reason to place down a pink ward if you already have a ward over here. But they do have full vision. They know that the enemy does not have vision, and they are going to grab another red buff, I'm assuming. So there he's coming in here. Oh, this is risky. Yeah, he cannot really engage from behind 3 enemies. And Luck's going to snuff it. 4 to 7. It's starting to be kind of a problem now, because they're behind like 2k gold. And yeah, although 2000 gold isn't a whole lot, and it's definitely not game deciding, but it is going in a direction of come on, ult. Yeah, there we go. It's going into the direction where it is, well, harder and harder to come back. But of course, it's all about the dragon. And purple team is doing the dragon currently. And with no ward up for our blue team, they have no idea that this just happened. They are going to see the buffs on them now. And realize that they did dragon. They're going to be like, oh man, why didn't we ward this? So a Phage, that is an excellent pickup. Giant's Belt to just sustain a little bit better, and a Vampiric Scepter. Vampiric Scepter, of course, to be able to jungle a little bit better. And Gangplank is an excellent jungler, even on this map. Although, yeah, with because this is still the old jungle, so the minion camps don't give that much gold, and the HP values of these minions are really high. Oh wow, he takes out the entire turret there. And is he going to be able to escape? Yes, with the help of Lux, it is no problem yet. Come on, cue this dude. Oh, nicely done. This Lux is excellent. Immediately understanding that she needed to throw out the slow and the snare and then the slow. Hang on, what happened here? It's kind of a long drawn out fight, it seems. Both of them getting oh man, there he is so lucky he got that kill off, because he was already dead. But then, yeah, the last tick from the bear actually killing him. But yeah, there you go. If you have a powerful ultimate, why not use it to actually grab the kill when you're already dead? So yeah, we are going into the kind of late game of this of this game type. I mean, late game here, this is really incredible late game, 21 minutes. Normally it's decided now, but because both teams have been farming up and pretty much, yeah, staying in their lane, getting up their minions. I mean, 110 minions, that is incredible for this map. Nobody normally gets that. And if only those 110 minions were on Annie, they would win so easily. But yeah, Annie not really the best character on this map. She does a lot of damage, I'm not doubting that. It's just that she's very squishy and she needs a lot of items to function very well. And Lux, on the other hand, has all of her her utility up at basically level 3. And yeah, she is a lot better, and because of the snares and the stun of Annie can only be used every now and then, but Lux's snare is virtually always up. Oh, going to slow down the volley bear, and the turret is still here, but he's going to dive that. No, he's not going to dive that. Okay, that wasn't too risky, could have taken it out, but sure. Another pink ward on volley bear, by the way. And we'll pull this up, so we see frozen mallet here. And that counters the 2 phages on the enemy team. So Chalice of Harmony on Lux. Guess that's a good item here. Because, well, the matches aren't going to last very long. So you need the most efficient items, and the most efficient mana regen item is the Chalice of Harmony. It's just a very bad late game item, because it takes up one of your inventory spots, and you really want to sell it in the end game, and then you lose money and blah 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 blah. But that's why they made the Athene's Unholy Grail, or whatever it's called, something like that. I think it's Grail. That's the only word I'm really not really sure of. I'm really not really sure of. Yeah. Man, I don't know what I have today, but it is not like the best casting day ever. And Lux going to pink ward the pink ward. So are they going to pink ward the pink ward that pink warded their pink ward now? Because Lux has another one. So bring it on. Yeah, finally a ward going down up here. And you really need that warded at all times. And that's why you need, why you could do very well with, what's it called? Come on. The jungle thing. Oh, come on, I know this. The smite. That's why you can do with the smite very well here. Yeah, you can use it to great effect. Oh, excellent, excellent snare there. Not worried, just throwing out the snare and it's all good. Yeah, with a smite you can steal like red buff and dragon and those kind of things really easily, because they're really well available pretty easily. I mean, you can just walk in over here and then smite it, because most people will drag it out until there. So you can either run from this bush and smite it and run immediately back, or you can even jump in over the wall, smite it and jump back over the wall. Some champions can do that, like Shaco. If you have Shaco on this map, he can deceive over the wall, wait for a little bit because he's invisible, then steal the dragon, so smite, steal the dragon, and then flash back over the wall, and that is well worth it. Even dying for the dragon would be well worth it, although not very desirable, obviously. So they are going to manage to take the red buff here, steal it from right under the nose of this purple team. Purple team knows that that this was happening. It just had no vision over it, and a 1-for-1 trade going off there. The red buff transferring to the enemy team. Yeah, the red buff would have definitely been better on Gangplank, because Gangplank, yeah, he already has a slow. It stacks, so now the slows don't stack, and it is great if you have stacking slows. And Lux is kinda dead here, and the turret gets taken out. So yeah, because the enemy team has such tanky characters who are way better on this map, well, those two, the Annie is still a bad pick in my opinion. There are way better ones. Ari, for example, would be awesome on this map, because she can dash over these walls. There are a lot of walls and you can easily get away with a dash, and she has 3 on her ultimate, so she can even get away from situations that are really far from a wall. But all of these walls can be flashed over or dashed through with most champions. And yeah, especially if you have like the tanky characters, you can do very well here. Yeah, you need the tanky characters because these lanes are very long. And if you have an assistant in your lane, so kind of a support, then you can do without the tankiness, like Annie has. Annie had a support volley bear, and that means that nobody can really run into her very easily. And they are going to attempt to do something here, but yeah, the purple team actually warding it up. And Gangplank, stand in the bush, dude. Oh, so nice, taking out the ward, but Gangplank and what's his face not paying attention here, not coming in to help out the Lux, and Lux dies instantly. And still taking damage from these raids. And oh, this is so dangerous. Yeah, they're going to lose the dragon again, even though they have vision on it right now. And Volibear is going to search for him in these bushes. And what he needs to do, of course, is just run out. And oh, he could have gotten lucky. He could have actually ran in and shot it, and maybe with some luck he would have gotten it, because it was super duper low. Let's see if it actually would have worked. So hang on. Now we want to go back a little bit further. Okay. So the dragon, let's see that. So he is out of the thing here now. He's going to run in. Hang on. Yeah, I wouldn't want that on my sound file. So it's currently at 765, and his Q does about 300 damage. I know it's not all that. Yeah, we're going to continue on. Hang on, like this. So dragon is still at 400, so there's no way he could have stolen it. Well, at 200, unless he just shot it. Did he shoot it? No. So he might have been able to steal it now. Let's see. Yeah, so it only has 10 armor. That's nothing. That reduces 9% of all damage. So he could have stolen it. He could have actually stolen it, but this way he gets out alive, which is worth something as well. Because the chances of you stealing it with 200 damage are really slim. Well, 300 I guess. But could have done it, and with the smite he would have definitely stolen it.
Turret has been destroyed.
So they lose another turret. They are 4 kills behind and 5k gold behind. So all in all, yeah, they're kind of getting behind too much here. It's still all about the ace in the end. Because if they can snipe the Annie, then they can pretty much ace the team in the late game. Because they are going to get pretty tanky as well. Hang on, let's just do it like that. Let's do it like that. So a lot of health here on the frozen mallet. Some magic resist, some armor. Well, actually only 10 armor. Wow, that's really not that much. Yeah, the brutalizer doesn't work with the armor penetration that he already has. It's not a good combination. You're better off going for Last Whisper, but then again these guys only have HP. It seems that nobody has. Oh, I have the thing open. Yeah, only HP, a little bit of armor here, 35 armor total. And yeah, I think if he went for, yeah, the Black Cleaver would also be good. But that is also, yeah, that's an armor reduction, so that works very well with the armor penetration. But yeah, well, the armor calculation is kind of iffy. It's not really fair because it first applies the, or it's done in the least effective way. So if you have a lot of armor penetration on, no, if you have a little armor penetration on all 3 of the categories, then you come off the worst, and that's why you normally stack in one of the categories. Categories being percentage, flat, and armor reduction. And armor reduction is something different than armor penetration. So Annie gets sniped right away here, but so does their Darius. But yeah, unfortunately Luck's not able to run away from that. And you can see how strong these champions are. The tanky characters are always the best on this map, and if you need someone to do damage, at least get someone with an escape. And this time, because Gangplank got the red buff actually stays in the team. Well, not only stays in the team, just the guy with the red buff doesn't get killed. It doesn't get transferred to the enemy team. So yeah, picking up some more minions. Currently we are at 161 minions, but two of the enemies over 100, 187 on Renekton. Would have been so great to send any top here. If she had had 190 minions, that would have been so good. It would have been unbeatable. Well, no, not so much. They would have been able to wipe this enemy team from the face of the map. And he is going to get this last camp because it is still up, and as you can see, really easy picking that up. And what are his items nowadays? So Trinity Force, excellent pickup there. Extra movement speed and then the Sheen effect. Those are excellent things to have. And of course the Warmox armor. People always go for the Warmox armor on Gangplank, because he normally is kind of the tanky pirate. So going to get the full slow off on the enemy team here, and oh, not going to make it out even though they were slowed. But yeah, of course Renekton has his dash, his slice and dice, and that was good enough to actually get them the kill. So yeah, the enemy team now going to push into the first inhibitor turret. They have no minions with them, so for now there's not a real threat. And they're not going to push in. They're going to just take the dragon, get the third dragon here, and yeah, that puts them 7k gold, no, 6k gold ahead. I didn't see the 0.9 there. So 6k gold ahead, that is a huge advantage considering there are only 3 champions here. And yeah, let's hope they spend it on something stupid. Such as magic penetration when nobody has magic resist. That's kind of random. She already had like, hang on, we can see that. Ha. She had 20 spell penetration, so no runes there. Okay, surprising. No runes that give her spell penetration. Otherwise, now that item is just for the AP. So it gives her 70 AP, and the magic penetration is going to do nothing. Well, it's going to add like 4 damage or something like that to her Q. Something like that. So you can see how that is not a good investment. And she's now going for the death cap. Something she could have had a long time ago if she didn't go for Void Staff. Void Staff is really for late game Summoner's Rift when everyone has a lot of magic resist. But the magic resist on these champions isn't high. Yeah, 79 magic resist. Gets reduced by 20, and yeah, you can see that then the 40% of that is not that much. Although it is a little bit more than I thought. I thought they would have lower armor, because most champions have. Wow. Most champions have about 40 magic resist, 30 magic resist, and they will stay at that. How does she have 103? Oh, this one gives magic resist, right? So actually building the Unholy Grail here, which is an excellent item in my opinion. It gives you a lot of your mana back, and that was really what I found really surprising. We haven't seen that on any of the items yet. So I like the new abilities. I like this a lot more than straight up mana regeneration. Because yeah, this one is actually really subtle. You need to assist in a kill, and for some champions that would actually not be a problem. They would be able to assist in a kill, then get 12% of their mana back, and 12% is quite a lot. So that's for this it's like 130 damage mana. So yeah, that's a pretty big deal. You would have to wait quite a long time for that normally. So I'm going to shut this off again. And the enemy team now once again pushing in. And this match is taking a long time. As I said, it's because it's ranked. People don't want to overextend too much, and people are just going to farm up until, well, it is really unavoidable to do a team fight. And they're really just fighting for the one objective on the map. Now, well, there are two objectives, red buff and dragon. And yeah, the enemy team has been controlling dragon all game. They've gotten 3, and they are currently 5.5k gold ahead, if I calculated that correctly. Yeah, something like that. So, yeah. This is kind of taking a long time for people to decide what to do. So even though the purple team is way ahead, for some reason they're not trying to exploit that. They're not pushing one of the lanes, trying to draw out a fight. Every time they get into a fight, they win. So I don't really understand why they're not trying to pick a fight here. And this is when they are going to pick a fight. Only Volibear way too far forward. Even if he had gotten to Gangplank, the throwback probably wouldn't have put him in the enemy team yet. And is Dragon coming up soon, or are they just hanging out here? So yeah, they're going to just jungle here until Dragon comes back up. And Annie is just standing there. That is not the best of IDs if you don't know where your enemies are. But they can see Gangplank over here. Oh. Dragon is indeed coming back up. And Volibear now all alone. But yeah, they're going to back off from Dragon and going to help him out. Because the distance is so small, it is... who grabbed it? I don't know. I will look at that the next time. So, first of all, we're going to see how this fight ends. Well, that's an easy one. And yeah, I think the enemy team still got their dragon. And wow, come on, get him! Yeah, Volibear is virtually impossible to kill. He still has his innate up, I think. Oh, it's currently triggered. Yeah. So now this is the health he's going to get. He's not going to get any more. And nicely done. So it takes a long time to kill him, but Volibear will go down in the end. And this is what it's all about. It's this ace that matters. And yeah, I'm not going to rewind for the dragon kill. You can find that out for yourself. I did see that there was a number popping up on someone, and I just don't know who it was, but I think the enemy team got the dragon, so that makes it 3 dragons to 1. 4 dragons to 0, sorry. Otherwise it's 3 dragons to 1. You can also see it from the top, but I wasn't watching there. Also, since I have no idea how much gold they got for these kills, I can't really compare it to the amount of gold they had before the team fight. Oh, getting so low! So Renekton, yeah, using all of his skills there to chase down this this Gangplank, but not actually managing to get him. And he used his ultimate and everything in that, and even has the Maw of Morsius for the extra magic resist. Obviously it's a very good item against someone like Lux, who deals a lot of damage with one of her spells. Annie too. I mean, Annie is also a mage that deals a lot of damage with one of her spells. And that will trigger that shield, but it's also, yeah, going to absorb most of that spell damage if you're low. Obviously it's still, yeah, relatively easy to fight through with this team, because they have 2 AD carries. Well, AD champions. Shouldn't say carries because technically neither of them is a carry. Because real carries build can't build tanky stuff. They need to build like the damage. That's why how you recognize them. And if they get fed, therefore, they are well. Their job in the team is to get kills. So I guess both of these are dang carries, but both of them aren't really building that much damage. Well, Infinity Edge now on Gangplank. It's kind of a strange pickup after the Warmog's armor, but sure. Guess he saw that he needed to do more damage. Because against this enemy team, they're otherwise going to lose. They're still 4 kills behind. They are still 3.5k gold behind. Oh, hang on, 4.5k gold behind. And yeah, if he takes out Annie here, this team fight is won. And he does take out Annie, and he is not going to die. So now they're going to win this. And yep, the Lux getting that. And Volibear, is he going to die? Yes, he is. There we go, getting another ace. And now they have to push in with the minion wave and push all the way to the other side. It's going to be very hard to do, by the way. Let me turn on the portraits of the purple team. Oh, come on. Purple team portraits. So there are pretty long death timers by now, but yeah, we've played for 43 minutes. That is incredible. So we're going to get the first kill on the turret, obviously. And yeah, this is what it's all about. All those earlier kills, they really don't matter. They give you a little bit of gold, some experience, but by this time everyone's level 18 and everyone has some nice things. And yeah, Annie is back up. Renekton will come back up. They're not going to be able to take out these 3000 hit points. And yeah, everyone is back up, so I'm going to turn those off again. And are they going to get their first dragon here? They really need to be quick, sorry. And yeah, Renekton coming in. They should really get this Renekton too. Oh, missing the grab. That would have been awesome. But yeah, Gangplank already out of there. Already on to his next project. The Wolves. So yeah, they finally won a team fight there. Or well, no, they won 2 in a row, in fact. Huh. They almost caught up. 2 more kills and yeah, a little bit of gold. It's not a lot anymore. Yeah, it's about 1500 gold, and that is definitely not a lot in the late game. But still, they need to catch up with the amount of gold that the purple team has, and they're going to do that by killing the minions in the jungle. Well, at least getting the red buff, that gives you a large advantage. And yeah, carrying so hard here. 7-4, not really the best score we've ever seen, but definitely a score that is worth it. And we see here now 4 and 10 Annie, but 8 and 3 Volibear. But Volibear cannot really do anything. He's either going to, well, kill you right away in the mid game, or in the end game he is very tanky, but he doesn't really do anything. And yeah, there you go, getting the double kill. Well, not an actual double kill, but as a team. Because Annie got nuked down really early, at least I think that's what happened. Yeah, they're going to kill Annie anyway. But I wanted to reverse this. Oh. The 39 gold is also stuck. So Annie gets nuked down by Gangplank right away, and Annie is going to back off, and that's why they win this team fight. As I said, if they can take Annie out of the fight, the other two don't really do any damage. Annie is the only damage dealer on their team, and she is underfed, especially compared to well, to these minions and these kills. Well, actually, this guy in general. She has 12,000 or 13,000 gold. That's pretty high still. So, interesting match to say the least. And yeah, I definitely hope you enjoyed. Nice comeback. Yeah, many people who play the 5v5s wouldn't have expected there to be a comeback. But yeah, they definitely played that very well in the end game. Could have done a little bit better in the beginning, controlling the dragon especially. And you need a smite for that, so I guess that's kind of an investment, because that means you're going to lose one of your other summoner spells. But it's so hard to fight against these tanky champions, because they're so hard to kill. And it's just lucky that Volibear took all the kills in the early game. Because if Annie had 10 kills, I don't think this would have worked. Because then she would have nuked down at least one of them, probably the Lux, and then yeah, the other two wouldn't have been able to well, to do anything about that. Anyway, as I said, I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time. GG.